Hello, I'm Dr. Patrice Berry, licensed clinical psychologist, and here I share educational videos on a variety of topics. Today, I wanted to share some tips on how to cope during difficult times. In my last video, Peace in the Storm, I talked about sharing a video on coping skills, and so here it is. Today is April 4th, 2020, and we are still in the midst of a global pandemic. Even in the midst of all that's going on, there is a way to change your mindset, to change maybe some of your behaviors or actions, to be able to really thrive or even just survive during these times. And really giving yourself grace. So if what you do is survive, yay, no problem. That's fine. I just wanted to share some resources that can be helpful to individuals during this time. So this video in no way replaces therapy or one-on-one coaching. And if in this time, if you really need someone to talk to, I really encourage you to click on the resource on the YouTube channel to be able to connect with someone in your area. Most therapists are providing services via telehealth. And so now, even if you were in a smaller community, now we're open to servicing people within the entire state. And so I really do encourage you to reach out if you do need some help or support during this time. So my first tip is to focus on what you can control. What's in your hand? What needs to be in your hand? Is there anything in your hand or on your plate that doesn't need to be there? And really just taking things off that you can't control and just focusing on the things that you can control. During this time, it's really important to focus on what you can control, and that's you. That's your thoughts, your emotions, whatever your behavior, because I can't control what my neighbor does, and it's just gonna stress me out trying to control what someone else does. The hard thing with this time is that what other people do can affect you. And so I think that's why people are really struggling right now. So that's why I really encourage you to focus on what you can control. So my next tip is gratitude. It's really important to be grateful for the things that you do have, the people that you do have in your life. It seems like in this time, we're really focusing on our family, the things that are truly important, the things that can't be replaced. And so spending time with your family, connecting. I love seeing that board games are sold out at stores. And someone posted that, what would we have done if this happened back in the 80s? And I feel like we were better at entertaining ourselves back in the day, because now, we go to YouTube or we go to, which, hey, stay on YouTube. So now we go to YouTube or we go to Netflix, or so if the internet is slow, people don't know what to do with themselves, but card games and board games, seeing what types of games your kids like to play, letting your kids teach you something new. Like, this really is a great time to connect with your family. And going along with what I said earlier, I'm really thinking about the seniors. And so if you do have a kid that was scheduled to graduate this year, really talking with them and watching out for signs that maybe they do need to talk to a professional, because this is really difficult. This is going to be a difficult year for them. And at the same time, we're being safe. And that doesn't negate the feelings that they have, the disappointment, the anger, all of the feelings that come up for them, while at the same time validating their emotions. That, yeah, this does stink. This isn't what anyone wanted. And at the same time, this isn't anything that we have any control over, but that doesn't make their emotions go away. And so just watching seniors, some people will struggle more than others, and really encouraging them to get some help and support if they do need that in this time. My next tip is to reframe how you view this situation. And there's lots of posts about, I'm not stuck at home, I'm safe at home. And making little changes like that truly does change how you feel about a situation. And I mentioned it in a different video, but also fake it. Because yeah, you probably do feel stuck at home, but focusing on the stuck feeling And staying in that sometimes just makes that stuck feeling worse. And so, but if I feel safe at home, I'm not going to be as upset about that. I'm not going to have as many negative feelings about that. And so focusing on the positive in this, trying to find it. And so maybe starting a gratitude journal every day, thinking about what you're grateful for, because we're going to continue to get more and more bad news, negative news. There are going to just be more people getting sick, more people dying, and you're gonna want to find a way to focus on, like I said, what you can control and letting go of what you can't, and focusing on the positive in this and spending time with your loved ones, staying home when you can, and really just finding new ways to connect with your community. I'm loving seeing how many Zoom sessions are coming up or Google Hangouts, or all these different ways people are being creative to meet up. Netflix, I heard, has a way that you can watch with other people. I haven't tried that out yet. But there are lots of great ways to connect, because we are social people, most especially those extroverts like me. But there are introverts that are just fine by themselves and they're doing great. But if you are struggling with some of this social isolation, finding ways to connect with other people. And you might need to do it off of social media. Social media, so you connect, but not really. And so you get support, but it's not the same. It's nothing like talking to someone face to face. So I encourage you, if you can, FaceTime, Zoom, connect through video, talk with someone on the phone. Those are different connections than just typing on someone's page. And so having more authentic connections, and as authentic as we can for where we are right now. Going right along with reframing your thoughts, limiting how much news you're watching, and how much time you're spending on social media. And so you'll have certain friends that are just posting all that's going on, and it may kind of increase your anxiety, your stress, maybe unfollow some people. So you will just want to be mindful about the amount of time that you're spending doing certain things and the effect that that's having on you. And so making sure to engage in appropriate self-care is really important. You're sleeping, getting out and getting some exercise. Being creative with some of that. I'm seeing posts about people drawing on the sidewalk with their kids or doing other things like that, and I think that's really cool. And so just getting through this together, because we're all in this together, and I think we're going to get through this together as a community. So my last tip is to connect with something bigger than you. And remember the serenity prayer from AA or 12-step program, that God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I think that so applies to the situation that we're in now and to some of the other tips that I've given today. And so connecting with something bigger than you could even be volunteering, getting out there and helping. I know locally, just trying to give within my own community, giving to my church, since we do still have income, and just believing and having some faith in this, that things are going to get better. And so, because when our faith dies, we lose hope. And so having some hope that yes, things are going to get better. I don't know if we'll ever go back to things being completely the same. I think this has changed things, but I do think that we can get back to some sense of normalcy. And so, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like, subscribe. I post some things just on YouTube that don't end up getting posted other places. Leave me a little comment if you have any tips that are helping you make it through this difficult time. And feel free to connect with me on social media. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. And so, yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.